Hey y'all, it's me, Laura Burns. Welcome back to my channel, and we're here today for you to cook with me. Sorry about the portrait mode. So the way this is, or the way this happened was, I had marinated this tofu and I needed to use it because it had been a couple days, but I had to leave to go teach my class, so I decided to go with a crock pot meal, hence why this became a tofu stew instead of some kind of stir fry. So you can see all the things that I've laid out that are gonna go into our stew. But the star here really is the tofu. That water is to rehydrate the mushrooms. So first, onions, always. And while this is a crock pot and we can't like actually saute the onions in here, they do end up still adding flavor to the dish. In a perfect world, I would have used the Instant Pot, but mine has not been acting correct. So I did dice some to dissolve, and then I cut some larger to maintain their shape. I've got carrots. I cut them very small so that they would kind of, disappear into the stew. Here we have the mushrooms. So this is a package of dried shiitake mushrooms, and I'm just gonna add them to the hot water and let them soak for, I don't know, a while until they look like they have rehydrated well enough. Now they're going into a stew which is gonna bubble away, so you don't have to like rehydrate them forever. And then just cut them up once they're done getting hydrated. So here I'm just showing you, if you've never used a spoon to peel ginger, obviously you would hold the ginger with your hand, but I was holding a phone. And here's the ginger all cut up. I left it in little cubes so that it would still have some crunch in the stew, and it did. It was great. Here's a jalapeno. I did de-seed half of it, and then a bunch of red bell pepper. I think this was like 3 red bell peppers altogether, because I really love the taste of bell pepper when it cooks for a long time. So again, I did some small and some large because I want some of it to disappear and some of it to stay in big chunks in the stew. And this is a very vegetable-y stew. Obviously, if you wanted to make this with meat, you could replace that for the tofu or in addition to the tofu, or any vegetables that you like. So again, I had a whole head of cauliflower that needed to get eaten before it went bad. So this is an entire head of cauliflower chopped up pretty small, not like riced or anything, but in like bite-sized pieces. And then next it was time to cut up the mushrooms. So here they are. These are pretty hydrated. And the cool thing about this is that you can save that mushroom water and put it into the stew just to add a little extra flavor. So here they are cut up. I cut each one into either 4 or 6 pieces depending on the size of the mushroom. You could cut it smaller if you like, but I like to bite into a big old piece of mushroom, so I left them bigger. Here's everything piled into the crock pot. The liquid that you see there is just mushroom water. And so we're gonna add more liquid to it in a minute, but for now I just wanted to get everything mixed up. So you see all the layers, all the veg that we chopped up. It is kind of a lot, but I kind of fly through it. I'm not exact in my cutting. I don't, go for perfect knife cuts or anything. It's all gonna get, cooked down so far that nobody will ever know that your knife cuts were not amazing. So just giving it a really good mix, and like literally just clean out your fridge and throw it in here. Any vegetable you have would be fine. Zucchini would be great in this. Oh, I wish I had zucchini in it. Okay, I added black pepper. This is garlic granules, and then red chili flakes. So I'm just showing you. I just put it all on top. I didn't mix it in yet. And then I'm gonna add this dulse, which is a sea vegetable, similar to a seaweed, but not seaweed. This is what it looks like. It's dried. And then this is a packet of bonito dashi, which is like a fish broth. And it's not super salty though. Anyway, so here's the cut up dulse. Just showing you that I left it in kind of large pieces just because it's really gonna melt into the soup, so you don't have to be too particular about that. So here's everything. Now you'll see there's more liquid. I filled it up with water. If you eat meat, you can use beef broth, chicken broth, whatever you want. If I had had fish stock, I would have used that, or even veggie broth, but I didn't, so I just used water. If you use a broth, it's gonna be more delicious. So that was the end. Here's my thumbs up, ready to go to work, jazz hands. So then in a second, boom, I'm home. All I've done is open the thing and dumped in the tofu and all the marinade, and now I'm giving it a stir. And while I was gone, it bubbled away and it reduced down a little bit, which was nice because this is a full ass crock pot at this point. But you can see everything looks like it's been cooking for a long time. And I did decide to add some spinach and cilantro here. And so I went ahead and did that. And then you might have seen little sprinkle of something on top. I added just a tiny bit of some sugar in the raw just because it was very spicy, and so sometimes if you add sugar it helps to balance out the spicy. So here you can see it's like, you know, kind of still a little watery. I did go ahead and add some tomato paste to it, and that added some depth of flavor and some thickness. And if you wanted to make it even thicker, or if yours didn't get as thick as mine, you can always add a mixture of cornstarch and water if you like that texture. So here's the final dish. There's rice under there, and then the stew on top, topped with cilantro, and we squeezed the limes on top. And y'all, it was really delicious, and it was a lot of chopping, but it was very easy to make, easy to throw in the crock pot and come home and just finish it up quickly. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope that you have a great day. Please subscribe to my channel, please like this video, please comment below, all the things, and thanks so much for being here. See y'all next time. Bye.